Hey guys, Huzzy here, bringing you another video. Now, welcome to another game in the Master Promo. So, bringing up the loading, stats, etc. Playing Urgot once again because it was just kind of the smartest thing to do, I guess. We were blind picking top lane. None of my teammates let me kind of like, pick for them. So here we see that, we've got a duo queue, my jungle and mid. We've got a pretty good win rate Vayne. We've got a decent win rate Sona in 84 games. The enemy team's got a pretty bad Yasuo, randomly playing Yasuo, but a good Lee Sin, not bad bot lane, and also a not bad Nico. So we're against another Nico top, which again is kind of like the Karma pick type deal, that it's built to be annoying. Even, something like, Urgot is punished by Nico. That's how powerful Nico top is. But the weird thing, and we can point out here, is you can see the Vladimir, Kleptomancy Vladimir. So I'm personally guessing that was a mistake, because I genuinely don't think Kleptomancy Vladimir is a thing. But welcome to the game. So one thing I will say again, we've been doing all these Master Promo games in point of views. In the bottom left, we've been having the keyboard input, while we're not doing a live commentary. Hopefully that just adds the interaction. So one, you're getting my point of view, and also you're seeing what I'm actually doing. But yeah, so you can see me, and I want to make it very clear for you guys at home. And again, this video title might be something like the importance of team comp or game knowledge. I'm literally typing 20 seconds into the game to my team. Pretty sure we outscale quite hard. So please, when you're watching this replay, keep that in mind, because sometimes it legit boggles my mind that you have to tell Master Diamond 1 type players basic game knowledge, things like that. So, just have it in your back of your mind. And I will say, this is the fourth game that we're playing in a row of this series. So like I mentioned all the way in the first couple games, my idea was, stop playing if I know that I'm not going to play well, or it's just not going well. We had game number 1, which obviously our bot lane was poop. Game number 2 went a lot better. Game number 3 was that Ruffle Stomp that we had the Volley Bear top that raged. And now we're in this one. And we played them all in one night. Or up to this one anyway. And we're going to, continue that trend. If this game goes terrible, we'll stop. Especially like if it will be 2 wins, 2 losses. We'll be like, hey, calm down. Because obviously the final game would be very important. But, we're in the next, in promo. We're 2 wins, 1 loss. We've got 2 games remaining in the promo. We have to win 1 game and we can get to Master. So again, we're against a Nico top lane this game. You can see me early warding. So I decide to do an early ward because you can see the enemy bot lane is already in lane. My Nico is not in lane. So that pretty much guarantees Nico just help Lee Sin on red. Sometimes it's quite common that a jungler that gets aid of a top laner, hey, help me with red and I'll come gank top lane level 2. So that ward is just to help me, scout if the Lee Sin's going to do that. Because, yeah, it's just a common thing. And if he doesn't come in the next minute or so, then it's unlikely he'll be here in the early game. Because, again, then he'll be going from red to blue, so then he's the other side of the map. So, again, Nico top lane, ladies and gentlemen, very annoying pick. I would actually recommend people to play it. I've played it a bunch, and again, it's one of those, like, borderline, is it cheese, is it not? Because cheese, to me, is when you're playing something that technically isn't designed to be there. But I kind of half feel that Nico is, in a way, designed to be top lane now. Like, she legitimately counters bruisers, and why wouldn't you play something in a lane where you counter things? Like, you see, I'm a ranged champion. Imagine a melee champion against Nico, by the way. I'm a ranged champion getting absolutely punished. And obviously, the reason that we're getting punished is because her E, the root, is, quite quick, and Urgot's a very slow champion and very big champion. Meanwhile, my mid lane dies, so first blood goes to the enemy team. Elise goes in a little bit too late, and she will also eventually die when she lands in her cocoon. So double kill for the enemy team, both on the Yasuo. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, that the Yasuo had terrible stats and doesn't play Yasuo. So seeing that already did make me worry. Again, those two are duo Q and Kleptomancy Vladimir, as we just pointed out there. No idea. Like, that basically gives, Vladimir very little strength. And I know the argument, maybe this guy did it on purpose. It's like, Vladimir's late game, and I'm doing Klepto to give me gold income to get to late game. But what you're missing from something like Phase Rush on a Vladimir, to me, is too big to warrant going Kleptomancy on that champion. So I actually, by the way, picked the wrong Nico there, because the clone also had the Corrupting Potion debuff. So it was hard to tell. So you already can see this game is looking not great. So my Sona's dead, my mid and jungle have died, and it's like, uh-oh. This kind of feels a little bit reminiscent of game number 1. Which, and I will say, You will see me, and I'll full disclosure say, you'll see me frustrated in this game. But you can see, literally I'm typing right now. Remember, we outscale, no need to risk the early. So you can see me trying to be positive. I'm trying to remind my team, yo, late game, we got this. Don't risk it. Don't go aggressive. There's no need. And, you know, you'll see throughout this game examples of, like, why I might be getting a bit frustrated. Good cocoon hit by the Elise though, which leads me to be a 3E, and we pick ourselves a kill. And again, the problem, by the way, if you're wondering what is the counter to something like a Nico or a Karma top lane, is 2v1s. They absolutely suck in 2v1s. They're really good at out-pressuring in a 1v1, that they can poke you, they can just kind of harass you a lot. But the moment a 2v1 comes up, and yeah, no, Nico's got a good AoE ultimate, they're too squishy. They will just genuinely die in a 2v1 situation. You know, if Karma gets a couple items, then maybe not, but in the early game, for sure. So I might have messed up here, by the way. We're going to try and survive. I do a flash if I need to. I am, by the way, at this point, expecting the flash, which, yeah, we just saw that coming. She shouldn't have done that play, if I'm honest, which should, by the way, open up Elise to come top lane again. If the Elise is smart, because now, you know, she knows Nico's no longer got flash. We literally just basically one-banged the Nico in top lane. So, in theory, she'd be like, oh, I should go back there again. So again, component-wise, we're rushing. I believe this game will be going for a Hex Drinker, because again, it's just to try and deal with the Nico. It's really annoying. Bad cocoon by the Elise. Right now, Yasuo is trying his best to survive. Remember, we don't have any vision of Lee Sin as of right now. They should not be overextending for this play. They end up overextending. Lee Sin makes it to the fight, and Vladimir will get killed. Elise misses another cocoon. You can see my mouse is going crazy because I'm kind of getting tilted. And Elise will also go down. So, yeah. And again, you can see my, you know, the notes that we've been doing to YouTube. My jungle and mid are duo, and the enemy mid is auto-filled. So it's, again, one of those situations you're like, how is this happening? And again, added stress for being in Master Promo. We're literally one win away from being Master. And just to make it clear for everybody, while that's Nico transformed as Yasuo, I've never been Master before. So I've been, you know, before this season, the highest rating I've ever got to was Diamond 1 87 LP. That was in Season 7. Before that, you know, Season 3 was all the way then, was my highest rating. But I've generally always got to Diamond 1 every season, but just not very high Diamond 1. This season, we've obviously peaked at Master Promo, but I've never got Master. We've had Climb to Master the series for 3 years now, with the goal of Master. Anyway, we're going for a 1v1, and you can see it's really close until we can get the execute. I overextend a little bit. It was like 50 health difference of me getting that kill, but we don't do enough damage in time, and I will go down. Again, that was greedy from me. You know, hands up, fully accept that that was a mistake, but it was a very tight mistake. It was very close. But again, the idea that what you've got to imagine is some people are like, so Huz, you was telling your team you outscale. Can you walk us through that? Yes, I can. So the matchup, Nico versus Urgot. Nico is a lane bully that has pretty good teamfight options, but her damage doesn't scale indefinitely. Like, she's going Glacial, which obviously Glacial is good utility, but it's not amazing damage. If you want damage, you go Electrocute Nico. This hasn't done that, obviously, because it's top lane. So in damage terms, Urgot's damage output in an actual teamfight in Nico's in mid to late game is actually quite similar, but if I get my ultimate off, I can execute somebody, and I'm going to be tanking more than a Nico can, and I'm more of like a scary engaged sort, if that makes sense. Whatever, the Righteous Glory Urgot running at you is very scary, and it's a great, you know, scary tool to the enemy team. And also the Fear is quite useful too. So that's that matchup. Jungle matchup, Elise outscales Lee Sin. You know, Lee Sin has a kick, which is utility, but in actual damage terms, in pick terms with the Cocoon, Elise outscales in that matchup. Vladimir versus Yasuo, both are scary, but Vladimir generally would do more than a Yasuo. You can see the 1v1 is happening. Remember that this is a Kleptomancy Vladimir for some reason. Meanwhile, Lee Sin goes for a play. You know, again, Lee Sin's been mid lane a lot, it has to be said. Cocoon comes down for the Elise. He doesn't go Spider Form quick enough for some reason, and Lee Sin, I believe, will end up surviving. I don't have ultimate to snipe, but yeah, she was just a bit lazy there, didn't go Spider instantly to kill him. But in that matchup, Yasuo can do a lot. If it's a great Yasuo, this guy shouldn't be a great Yasuo, and Vladimir is a lot easier to pull off in late game than Yas. You know, ultimate people, you do a buttload of damage. Bot lane, Vayne versus Severe. Don't get me wrong, Severe's a great late game carry, but Vayne arguably is the late game carry, so we outscale there. And Sona, even though I don't love the champion, she is very good in late game. She sucks in lane phase, but in late game, she is pretty decent. Her healing is very high, her ultimate is very effective, and the movement speed is also pretty nice to avoid damage here and there. So again, as for comp, we outscale. Now, why am I going to clear this, by the way? Because Elise is nearby, and if Nico wanted to stop me, it potentially could be a bait for a gank. So Elise is still in the area. I don't think we're going to be able to get much in this situation. Again, for all I know, that Nico has a control ward and a normal ward in there, so that's why maybe she backed off when Elise came top. So I think I'm going to go back at this point. Again, the score is not looking good. It's currently 1-8. So the one thing that I'm trying to hold on to is the fact that, you know, maybe we outscale. Again, outscaling, by the way, only is a thing if you enable it to be. And what I mean by that is you can have, in theory, the best outscaling comp in the game. You have Nasus top, Veigar mid, you know, indefinite scaling champions that if you leave them for an hour, you'll win the game. But you'll notice that those champions don't always win. Why? Because it doesn't always work out the way. It's never perfect. It's always like somebody who is, you know, kind of impatient or doesn't understand fully, and that still happens in this rating. Now, Lee Sin does pick up himself the Ocean Dragon. You also saw Vladimir staying in mid lane at very low health to the Yasuo. We're getting poked down, obviously, further. And, you know, this lane, it's so surprising that an Urgot can even get bullied, because Urgot is supposed to be a lane bully nowadays. But that just shows how lane bully-ish the thingy is. Meanwhile, they do a trade, which isn't too bad in mid lane. But yeah, it kind of shows the power of Nico. But you've just got to hold on to the fact that maybe I can do more than her in late game. Obviously, the dream situation would be maybe I can start to kill her in a 1v1, but that does require items. And, you know, anytime that, by the way, we're going for an all-in here, anytime that I look for an all-in, we're always getting, like, chunked before we go for it. Now, this is really close. She flashes because I was literally one auto attack away from killing her with my ult. Didn't get it. Just not enough damage. Now, unfortunately, my bot lane is now losing the 2v2 as well. You know, no jungle pressure there. Vayne simply dies. So the Vayne is 0-2. Sona is 0-2. I think the Vladimir might be 1-3. And the Elise, I think, is 0-2 or something. So again, it's not looking good. It's currently 2-10. Elise misses her cocoon. Sona ultimate comes down. Really nice Sona ultimate, getting both of them. Elise gets one kill. She runs away, which potentially could lead to the Sona getting killed too. Severe, you know, making Sona flash, but that wasn't great. You know, I was tempting to flash down the bot lane. If there was a flanking ward that I could have gone behind, then maybe I would have gone for it, but there wasn't. So I decided just to go back to top lane, as that is probably the safest option. Vladimir, again, you can see trading badly to mid lane. And again, I would pretty safely say the reason why this guy is badly trading, he gets killed again in the solo, is his rune choice. This Vladimir has chosen a rune choice, as I get absolutely chunked to oblivion. He's chosen a rune choice with 0 strength. And you can see, you know, you can vaguely, and people know me, I don't like typing stuff. When I'm typing, can you stop dying in mid, please? You know I'm starting to get annoyed. Again, never toxic. You know, I don't want to be a toxic influence. I don't want to be a toxic player. But just saying, yo, stop. And again, some people say that's not useful. It probably isn't. I, to be honest though, have had the situation, and yes, people said, would I mute somebody like what I just typed? I probably would mute. You know, if I was that Vladimir and someone in top lane was like, can you stop dying in mid? Yes, I personally would probably mute that person because, like, you know, you're worried, are they going to say anything negative more? But even with muting that person, it potentially would stop me dying. It would potentially make me go, I'm going to play safer. Now, the Vayne does a really bad teleport flash there, sorry, so she flashes before the Lee Sin Q even went off for some reason. So again, very weird play going on. Sona gets herself killed too. Lee Sin surviving, he does go down right at the end there. And now Vladimir going overextending. He doesn't look like he saw the Yasuo coming down bot lane. He is trying to go for the kill, though. There is a stopwatch being used for the Vladimir. Again, I get chunked instantly again. And again, this is the type of thing I can't really avoid. The Elise and Vladimir are dead again. And yeah, I am getting annoyed because, you know, the score now is 4-15. So it's not hard. We outscale. And remember, everybody, right at the beginning of the game, 20 seconds in, I literally tell them, hey, we outscale. Then, what, 5 minutes into the game, I'm like, yo, don't risk anything. We outscale. So that's the kind of message of today's game is, even in this type of game, it does seem that these people lack game knowledge. They don't look at our comp, and they're not like, dude, we have great late game, we can beat them. You know, if you put champion on champion and then you're looking at the comp as a whole, we can beat them. it doesn't seem that's a thing anymore. And that's why, again, occasionally I've said, oh, the game quality's gone down. It has. 100% it's gone down. Because whenever I've been Diamond 1 in past seasons, that's a normal thing. People know scaling in Diamond 1. That has definitely been lost along the line. So I am boiling over. Again, never being toxic. You can see I'm not calling people names or anything like that, but, you know, I'm getting frustrated. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if people muted, you know, my pings and everything. Again, I probably would, but when you're the only person in your team that understands that you're outscaling, you know, we're 1-1-0. We're a little bit down on farm because it's a Nico, but, you know, we're not risking stuff. Like we said earlier, you don't need to risk stuff. Frustrating. So Elise is dead again. So any moment, it's like, I guess the only thing that I'm kind of predicting is maybe like these players mute everybody at the beginning of the game because, you know, what's going on? You know, you have someone on your team typing, hey, stop risking, don't die, and then it's like they're doing the opposite. And you can see, to YouTube, sorry for tilt, but Jesus. So yeah, again, this is where I'm like, I know it probably looks like I'm tilted, I'm frustrated, but even you guys watching at home, I can probably imagine, you know, put yourself in my shoes that this is what potentially the game that we could get master, maybe, and you're seeing this type of thing in a quality of game that you're like, this is supposed to be really good quality. Most of us would be like, yeah, what the hell's going on? Again, if you were even in gold promo, you're silver and you're getting promoted to gold, I imagine most of you even in that rating would be like, what the hell's going on? It's just weird, right? Again, that's what makes me kind of think it's just weird. But anyway, we're going to hold on, keep it going. Again, got to keep on to the knowledge that we have over our team, apparently. As long as they don't feed into the absolute oblivion, there's always a chance. You know, people don't give up. No one AFKs, no one DCs, no one rage quits. There's always a small chance. And again, the reason why, again, Sona mispositioning, the reason why I'd say there is a chance this game, you know, some games there probably isn't a chance. You can see I'm saying no to this render vote, is because of the team comp. You know, dead Vayne, dead Elise. So the score is now 5-20. So the only reason that I'm like at all like maybe we can win is the team comp. So Lee Sin's nearly dead. I somehow missed that ultimate, by the way. I'm surprised that missed, even with the jumpy jump. Doing a little bit of a flank play right now. Going to try and clear the minions, which will like lock the enemy team in our base, which is nice. Going to see if I can kill the Lux. So the Lux is gonna get slowed by my Q. I do end up flashing. I don't actually get the E because she dodges it, you know, just. They're gonna try and survive. Very close to getting the kill. We will pick it up with our Q. Severe is just kind of in the way. Nico in our base doesn't kill anyone, and we do end up getting a couple kills. So yeah, we got 2 kills. So the score is now 7-20. Then Vladimir dies. Never mind. It's now 7-21. So the enemy team has, you know, ×3 what we have right now. I'm 2-1, so positive KDA. Lisa's trying to, you know, trade with the Yasuo, which isn't going to happen at this stage of the game. Or Elise is very weak. And again, I can't remember. Really nice kill by the Severe. Elise gets killed once again, which is frustrating because I don't even know why she tried to 1v1 the Yasuo. But I lost my track of thought. But yeah, very frustrating game. We're going to just try and hold on as much as we can. And again, just to put the point clear, we were streaming this live, but with a 3-minute delay, with no like I wasn't doing a commentary or anything. I was purely concentrating on gameplay. And again, what is also frustrating for me is I feel like I've had a decent game, but I haven't been able to get ahead or anything. Why? Because Nico. Nico's designed to either get snowballed on or like just survive and be annoying. And you know, we got that one good Elise gank, but then she didn't come top lane again. Because she ganked for her duo in mid, which didn't go very well. Again, that's I'd say one of the biggest annoyances to me with duo. You can see the score, 0-5, 2-4, 2-6, 2-6. Great. But yeah, one of my annoyances with duos, apart from like, you know, sometimes it doesn't feel like they should be there versus solo players, is the fact that when duos only focus their duo partner. That really frustrates me, because like this game is a prime example of that. You're focusing mid, it's going terribly, and you still go mid, and then that makes it even worse and worse and worse. If they change their game plan after the second death, and maybe like just made the Vladimir farm instead of like force plays, potentially they wouldn't have died 6 times each now. So again, it's stuff like that, that if you want to be a decent player, and again, this is still Diamond 1, but you want to push it over the edge into something even better than that, those are the type of things that you've got to try and fix, is that not just streamline yourself just for your duo. Get the ultimate, get the nice kill in my belly, Going to go for a play here. So this is a prime opportunity that we should look for something, by the way. Vladimir ultimate comes down. Obviously, Elise misses a cocoon, unfortunately. Vladimir gets his heal. He's full health. But that is probably going to be that. So yeah, we get one trade because we got a nice pick on the Severe. Again, that's where the Urgot ultimate can come into its own. Is like someone thinks that they're safe, but they're not. I get knocked up. Yasuo goes for this play, by the way, which is really confusing me. This should be a free team fight right now, by the way. But for some reason, we're just abandoned. Vayne does pick up a kill right at the end. I'm like, go in! Like, kill them, dude! So Vayne gets another kill, double kill for Vayne. And you can slowly, by the way, start to see a glimmer of outscaling. You know, if the enemy team makes a couple mistakes here and there, obviously it's going to take quite a lot, it'll open up the game. And this is the type of game... Now, this tilted me, by the way, because what was even that? Like, Inting, she was 2-6, going after a fed Lee Sin. And again... I wasn't really reading Twitch chat because, again, this was, you know, there was a 3-minute delay on the stream. You can even see the Lee Sin on the enemy team going, like, can you try? Like, the Lee Sin's even like, what are you doing? Like, when the enemy jungler who's killing you for free is then questioning, like, can you at least try playing the game? You know there's an issue, right? It's not just me. Sona misses her ultimate too. Again, you can't make this stuff up, by the way. So again, I'm going to look for the Nico. Really lazy base, by the way. Get a free kill right there. Boom. Thank you very much. So I don't know what that was about, but hey, we get a free kill. So we're now 4-2 with the only person on my team with any type of positive KD. Enemy team, you know, people are pinging maybe Baron. It's possible. And again, there's my little thing again. We outscale. You know, I'm holding on to anything I possibly can at this point. Because I'm like, guys... Please. Just please, we outscale. So again, Yasuo potentially going for a play. I don't think he went for it because he knew he would have got E'd by me. He would have got E'd and then probably killed. So he opted out of it, which is smart by him. I think Severe Ultimate might have got popped potentially at the same time. Maybe. But we decided to back out of it. Nothing comes of it in the end. So top lane is pushing. And again, this is one of those games that, like, would I like to split push, by the way? Yeah. But do you trust your team? No. So in a weird way, I wouldn't mind to be mid at the moment and let the Vayne go top to free farm. Because the thing with Urgot can carry. You know, we had an Urgot performance. I think it was called something like clutch players on Urgot. Urgot can carry, but it's like a different type of carrying. It's smart play carrying rather than just doing all the DPS. Like, you're never going to do more damage than a Vayne in late game, but you can make more stuff happen potentially than a Vayne. If you get you know, you're in the middle of them, the whole team is focusing you. You take ages to kill. Maybe you E a target, you get some armor shred with your Black Cleaver. Maybe you get an ultimate off with a Fear. Fantastic. You can just make a lot of stuff happen. Where Vayne will obviously do the damage. And that's what I'm hoping. You know, I have always said when you're playing something like an Urgot or whatever tank you want, and I like tanks, you're basically the sacrificial pig to your team, but as long as you're doing something positive before you die, and it's like a net worth of like, yeah, that was great, that's good, right? That's what you're looking for. Now, Lee Sin goes for a very aggressive play here. You can see I ult early to get it on him, and then look for the finish off damage. So again, that's kind of the play we're looking for. We get 700 gold. Vladimir, by the way, at this point is 1v1ing and does kill the Nico. Outscaling, by the way, which is great. And again, that's the Vladimir that for some reason has got Kleptomancy. And again, I know some people in the comments go, Kleptomancy, Vladimir is a thing. It might be. I just think it's a dumb thing. So Vayne or someone gets caught in the mid lane. Meanwhile, the enemy Lux is potentially getting caught by me. She flashes over the wall. I'm like, screw it, let's just go for it. I get the kill on the Lux. I'm going to try and survive as long as I can. I do DPS. If I E'd, by the way, right there, out of the tower instead of in, because I didn't think the Severe was dead, I would have survived, which is annoying. But again, you wanted to confirm that she was dead. So there's another nice play. A net positive. Urgot for Vayne for 3 of them. Technically 4 of them, because Nico died as well to Vladimir in bot lane. So again, it's starting to turn. Again, still not overly positive right now. Still not in, like, let's say, a happy mind space. For some reason, the Yasuo's going for a weird play. Like we mentioned, to win this game, what is required basically is the enemy team to make a buttload of mistakes. The Yasuo flashes away. it's happening, question mark. So Yasuo goes for aggressive play. The enemy team potentially is a little bit too strong for my team to deal with right now. Yasuo is looking that he's going to escape. Elise in, picks up the Elise kill. Vladimir going to go for that. I'm teleporting in. Elise in for some reason is surviving for a really long time. I go for a play. I hit my ultimate on the Nico. Vladimir survives with his little stopwatch there. And that will be the end of that. Both of them do die. The Yasuo did get killed. And the Lee Sin got killed. Nico going for a play right now. Me and Vayne both get caught, unfortunately. And boom, we're dead. It's like, oh, really? So again, not a terrible play before, and then me and Vayne get caught. And again, fully hands up, I got caught then. And, you know, someone instantly trying to surrender. I think it was the Vayne that was like, FF. I'm saying no to every single FF this game. Why? Because, again, it's the outscaling. One, obviously, I'm in Master Promo in a deciding game, and if people had it their way, you know, the game's over already. But, you know, we outscale. I've said it the whole time. So again, please keep that in your mind when you're watching this game. And again, why the frustration was very high with me is because you know that. You know, when your game knowledge isn't terrible, and you know you're in a combat outscales the enemy team, and you're seeing your team risk and lose the early game, it's frustrating. So you see me type in the chat, we can prob win 5v5. So at this time of the game, you know, we're 12 kills behind, but I'm already kind of thinking, I'm like, we probably can win 5v5s now. The reason why is the Vladimir is actually starting to get quite strong. So he's got, I think, 2 completed items. He's got a nearly his 3rd item complete. And I'm beefy enough now that I think I can tank maybe like 5 seconds of pure enemy damage. 5 seconds is enough for a Vayne to start popping off on top of a Sonar ultimate. And it's a bonus if Elise does anything. So that's kind of why I'm kind of in my mind frame already like, I think we can do stuff now. So here's a fight happening. So unfortunately we don't get the Severe with my ultimate, but we do kill both of them. We kill the Lee Sin GA right now too. Vladimir's a little bit late to the fight, but here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Vayne doing the survivals, so we do kill, and boom, straight on the Baron. So we killed 4 of the enemy team for 1. Like I said, you know, what was it, a minute before? I think we can win 5v5s. There's evidence of that. And again, that was that without Vladimir being at the start of the fight. I think he teleported about mid-fight in. Boom, we get the Baron. Bad smite, by the way, by the Elise. The Vladimir picks it up, not the Elise. But there we go. We get Baron. It's 25 minutes into the game. And generally, by the way, speaking, do I think we've outscaled the enemy at this point? It's pretty close. You know, we're behind in items, but it's just how comps work. It's pretty close. You can see I've now unmuted my team, by the way, because I muted everybody just to save my own headspace. You could see I was getting frustrated. But I've now unmuted them, which I normally never do. But you can see how important this game was to me. 2 people get caught. They don't die, but now my team are going for a very weird tower dive. So you can see it's frustrating. You do get the tower. Nico goes for a nice flank. It's frustrating because we do good things, and then moments later, my team go for a dive on the tier 2 tower. It's like, what is going on? Sona gets an ultimate just for us to try and survive. Again, do not take this fight at this situation, even if you think. Go forward, by the way, so close to get a snipe on that Nico. Honestly, it was probably about 10 health in the difference of getting her really quickly gobbled up and not killing her. And the most important thing, by the way, right now is let the tower die. If we can, save the inhibitor for obvious reasons. But yeah, just don't let the tower die. Vayne now is clearly open, so she does get 1 kill. Gonna try and back her up with the Yasuo. She will get killed by the Yasuo. I do get the kill followed up. Again, I'm too tanky at this point. And we do kill the Yasuo. So we save the inhib, which is the important thing. Vayne does get killed, but it's whatever at this point. Again, it's delaying. Time is on our side, not the enemy teams. And, you know, that's what you sometimes got to think, by the way, everybody. As long as you're playing comps correctly. Like I said earlier, it's not always the case, because you can have a Nasus and Viger, which in theory wins every single late game, but you know, it's not always that. But time is on our side, not the enemy teams. Now I'm like, oh boy, I don't even know. I think I was meant to type holy there, like holy moly, he DC'd. The Elise obviously hit the duo partner saying he's changing router. So in the back of my mind, I was kind of thinking at this point, maybe the reason why it went so bad for my mid this game, maybe he was lagging. Again, maybe as like a little redemption for him, you know, he's changing router now for some reason. Maybe they were lagging. Maybe. Again, that doesn't excuse why he's gone Kleptomancy Vladimir, but, you know, maybe. So at the point of this game, by the way, we're 8-4-4. So again, we've had a pretty damn good game. At this point, you know, I would say we're borderline carrying. You know, without me being strong, we have nothing strong. And, you know, me being a frontline from my team is, even if we die, the enemy team has to use quite a lot to kill me. Even if we achieve basically nothing with just a body that takes longer to kill, which is a very valuable thing at this point of the game. Now, unfortunately, my Vayne is all the way top lane alone. Again, what if this game is a great analogy for this game? It feels like I'm I don't know, a dog, an adult dog, and all of my teammates are newly born puppies that have no idea what they're doing, and just like, it seems like they keep wanting to walk, you know, in water or something 24/7. Like, it just feels like they have no idea what's going on, and it's like, no, come back over here, get back in the safety pen. So anyway, we are going to go on a return kill, trying our best. Again, we are outnumbered, by the way, at the moment. Going to try and get the Yasuo, do get the Yasuo. Going to try and return for the kill. Going to go on the Nico. She's close to dying, but the redemption saves her quite a bit. Our damage output at this point of the game, by the way, is really high. Unfortunately, by the way, I think I made a mistake there. I probably should have stayed on top of the Nico. Maybe I would have been able to get the kill, because look at the Nico's health. Really low. But again, the Vayne right there is picking the Vladimir. No, that was totally on the Vayne. Yes, I would like the Vladimir to group at this stage, by the way, but she was alone. She overextended. She got pinged that they're coming and stayed overextended. That is not on the Vladimir. Again, would it be good if he grouped? Yes, but that particular play was not his fault. Again, it's one thing wanting somebody to group and then, like, you know, you're waiting for them to group. It's another thing doing a dumb play because somebody isn't grouping. It's different circumstances. So my next item, by the way, after we finish the Glacial, by the way, is Guardian, Stone Guardian, whatever it is, because, again, that will offer me the tankiness that I need. It's a great Urgot item because it doesn't affect your ult. You get the damage reduction of the Gargoyle, but if you get the ultimate on somebody, it doesn't affect the percentage health that you can execute them. So it's a fantastic Urgot item. So again, I'm asking Vladimir to group, and, you know, I'm even going to the Elise, please tell your duo to group, because by the way, it looks like the Elise wants to group, and it looks like the Vladimir doesn't. So sometimes it's like, yo, tell your duo partner to group, god damn it. And sometimes that will be effective. You can see, like, what's happening right now. Oh, Vladimir's in mid lane or coming to mid. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes it's the way to do it, because sometimes, you know, it creates a positive rift, if that makes sense, in the duo, that one of them wants to group, one of them doesn't, and then you're telling one of them, like, hey, please tell your duo, just group. So again, you can see that the Vayne is pinging, oh, top tower, we can kill top tower. I'm like, no, because that opens mid inhib. We don't want to trade mid inhib for tier 1 top, you know, that's not worth. So I'm looking for a potential play, maybe upcoming. We're finally grouped. I'm like, ooh, maybe this is where we can do it. You can see GAs are, by the way, purchased by the enemy team. If you're wondering why, the enemy team probably thinks that, you know, they obviously know that they're getting outscaled as well. But what GA does is give them a double life, obviously. So sometimes that is what you need. If you get outscaled, sometimes the double health item that you revive pushes your team over the edge, even though you're getting outscaled. Sometimes. Again, our Vayne has got it, so it's not a big deal. So I will say I am looking for an engage at this point. It's relatively hard to engage into them. And again, as an Urgot, I'm a fairly chunky boy that can get CC'd by Lux Q, Nico E. But I am, in my mind, just to tell you where the place that I'm in right now, I am wanting to look for a fight. So right now, looking for it. I see the opportunity. Yasuo's alone. I go for the E. So I am tanking right now. Taking Lux ult. We're taking Lux E. We're taking Nico ultimate. Took Yasuo ultimate. And now I'm like, yo, go! So this is the point that the enemy team just used 3 ultimates on me, and now look what happens. So Vladimir's in the backline getting a kill. Vayne has been left alone the whole fight. Enemy team is now all dying by themselves, and there you go. So this is the example of outscaling and also being in the right place as an Urgot. Now, a lot of people go, Huzzy didn't kill anybody that fight. You didn't even get an assist. It is the point of the enemy team used 3 ultimates on me to kill me. That was the whole fight. Yasuo ultimate right at the end, Nico ultimate, and Lux ultimate. We took the brunt of the enemy team, which is literally what I want to do. Now, what I'm going to do now, ladies and gentlemen, is continue the commentary, but turn off my camera here and show you my live reaction. Now, unfortunately, I couldn't say anything because it was late at night. It was around midnight at this point. And remember, the Twitch chat is 3 minutes delayed, so they're not reacting live with me. But ladies and gentlemen, what a very frustrating game turned into, and I don't even think I honor it, or do I honor? I might honor the Vladimir for not tilting from memory, because again, he had a very bad early. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen, we got Master. So after, honestly, like 3 years of trying to get Master, having YouTube series of Climb to Master, we got it. So I'd like to thank everybody for helping or, watching the journey and sticking with me. And, there have been people that, oh, he'll never get Master. He will get Master. We got it. So I will say we're going to be doing a video, probably a league discussion shortly, of why do I think I got Master and hey, I'm back now. But yeah, we're going to do a video of why do I think I got Master, because there are specific things that have changed in my life that I think have made it possible. One of which I will say, and you can't deny, Master is easier to obtain this year than previous. Master right now is equivalent of mid to high Diamond 1 last season, so it's not that different. And it's still Master. It's still Master rank. So it's definitely an achievement that I'm very happy and fortunate and grateful that I've got, and I'm happy with it, immensely. And we did it reminding people pure duo without one tricking at all. So this is also a lesson that you don't need a duo to get Master. You don't need a one trick to get Master. You can have a very live and random champion pool. But thank you very much if you have been somebody that has stuck with the series for the past couple of years. We finally got it, and now I've got to think of a new series, by the way. And, even if, by the way, we demote to Diamond 1, I'm happy. We have been Master, and I'd hope that we don't, and I'm wanting to maybe get 100 LP Master. But, people say, will I go for Grandmaster? It's not a priority of mine. I have always been content with Diamond 1. You can see at the top left, it's just updated to Master there too. But, thanks everybody very much for sticking with the series, and what you can do for me in this video is throw a massive like on the video if you're happy that we finally got it, and leave suggestions, leave messages if you follow the series, but leave also suggestions. What should I turn the series into? Do I call it, Maintaining Master, or do I call it Climb to Grandmaster? I'm not really sure. But thanks everybody very much for watching. Leave comments down below. I'll pretty much read all of them. Follow, like the video, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.